trying to lose weight. That's insult to believe it. Yeah.
All right.
Make me break my fast.
Assalamu alaikum. With Allah's name, the merciful benefactor, the merciful redeemer. I bear witness only there is no God but the one God, Allah. And I bear witness only that Mohammed is his universal messenger and the seal of the prophets. I thank the Mosque for allowing me to be here again to address you in this first Sunday program. The class I teach, the name of the class is how to start and build a successful business. And I deal with business and technology. The subject I'm going to talk about today is going to be, of course, on the business, but I don't know how many of you know that this last Wednesday, our former President Barack Obama, was here in Chicago.
Right.
And he was at the South Shore Country Club. And he unveiled some aspects of the new Obama Presidential Center. That's what they call it now. Okay. So I want to give you some information on that and speak just a little about that, and you'll understand where I'm coming from when I talk about it. But first, let me show you the video, inshallah. So we're going to adjust this volume over here a little bit because I'm going to have to turn the video on. Thank Allah. I'm one, and I'm sure that some of us here in the room who have supported the president, and he's still my president. I don't know about y'all. He's my president. From the first time he was in office, and all the way through his time in office, and now that he started the Obama Foundation, I was blessed. Allah blessed me with a few funds to support it. So I received this email after the program. So. Let me show you this video. Let me adjust the camera here first. Since we're going out on the internet, we're going to have to work with this sound. So just bear with me.
In fact, I will be right there with you as a citizen for all my remaining days.
The South Side is where I first landed when I moved to Chicago. You had this community that had so much history. People there, universities, businesses.
It's home. I consider myself a Southsider.
This is where I learned that change only happens when ordinary people get engaged.
With the foundation on the South Side of Chicago, we'll be able to give something back home after this incredible journey.
The single most important thing I can do is to help prepare the next generation of leadership to take their own track in changing the world.
More than a library or a museum, it will be a living, working center for citizenship. We'll have projects all over the city, the country, and the world.
Our work has inspired so many young people out there to believe that you can make a difference, to hitch your wagon to something bigger than yourself.
Okay, it's just a short video, but it says a lot. Okay, now, let me give you a little bit more. Now that you've seen the video, you know where we're coming from. The Tribune did an article. They did a good job, but I want to just read some of the quotes of the president. And this was from the Thursday, May 1st Tribune. The moment or monument to the future. And this was the the gentleman who's doing the architecture. But he quoted the president, and I quote, "I wanted to be an architect when I was a kid," Barack Obama cracked Wednesday, as he gave the world a first look at the conceptual plans for his presidential center. "Somehow, I took a wrong turn. The former president was in fine form, mixing comic riffs with a vision of his center that was as populous as it was presidential. A campus-like cluster surrounded by dramatically sculptured parkland and assorted urban delights. A sledding hill, children's play areas, community gardens, barbecue grills, and food trucks serving tacos. Now remember that last one I just said. Food trucks serving tacos. All right. We will have basketball. Now you know he used to play basketball, right? He'll pick up a game in a minute. He joked, drawing appreciative laughter from a crowd of about 300 invited guests at the South Shore Cultural Center. And now, let me stop there. The center is scheduled to open in 2021, but the planning is going on for it right now. What are we planning to do? I just asked a question. It's a rhetorical question. I'm not trying to make, not just us in this room. I'm just talking about African Americans in general. Now I can tell you what's going to happen for some of us. We'll see a certain ethnicity over there working, preparing, doing some things, and we'll say, how did we get left out? Well, what are you doing to get in? We got 4 years. How are you preparing yourself? All right. Let me just tell you what I'm preparing to do, inshallah. I'll talk more about it in my lending circle. Okay? But my wife will tell you. Now, I can't get too specific, because she'll come up here and tell me to shut up. But anyway, she's my sounding board. She keeps me in. She asks those questions. So, how's this going to work? How are you going to do this? And that's good, because I have to answer each one of those questions. And I can ask them. I can satisfy her. I can satisfy anybody else. I don't care who else. Okay. So anyway, he said food trucks serving tacos. Do you think it's only going to be food trucks serving tacos? But he did say food trucks, didn't he? Now the center's going to have a restaurant. But it can't serve all the food. Now, what have we been known for, brothers and sisters? And what else? And it's nothing else but those two products. If there's nothing else but just those two products, we don't have to have no pattern on them. People already know. You already know. I don't care who else comes with a bean pie. It's going to be the Muslims' bean pie. Okay? It won't be. So, if we don't do nothing else but put this together, a food truck that serves bean pie, bean soup, maybe some coffee. I like to do some Starbucks. I love Starbucks. What coffee? Water, juice, and pop. If we don't do anything but that, we can make money. Okay? But we're going to do more than that. But if we don't do anything but that. And I don't think I have to tell any of you, I eat Subway at least 3 times a week. I go in different Subways, but I see one ethnic group running them all. Yeah, and I ain't saying which one it is, but if you have the experience that I have, there's one ethnic group in every one of them. Haven't seen nobody else in them. Now they're open 24 hours. So. That's enough. I think it's enough. You all got my message, right? And I hope those are on looking at us on the internet are getting our message. It's time for us to do what we need to do, particularly here in Chicago. I can't speak for nowhere else in the country, but I can speak right here where I live. Okay, and I can just say we need to do. And Imam Mohammed said this to us. He said, now, when we come back and go into business now, we go into business as individuals and groups, as opposed to a nation or one group. Because what they did before was they attacked that one head, and once they attacked that one head, everything else failed. But Imam Muhammad said, but they can't do it if 3, 4, 5, or 6 of us are in business. They may hit one, but they can't hit all of us. And and we can just say the same thing that we say with these other ethnic groups. Well, how you allowing them to be in business? And you won't have a problem with us. All right? So I say to my brothers and sisters who are listening to me here, that center opens in 2021. We need to be in a situation to be able to take advantage of it. that center is not a community development entity in and of itself, but it can transform that community of Woodline. Woodline has been, many of us know, my wife's teaching in the school there, she retired from there. Woodline has been in decline for a long time, but they already now they're saying Woodline is on its way back. Yeah, that's right. All right. But you don't have to live there. A food truck can drive in and drive out. Okay. All right. So what we're saying is, let us not, or our children not, let's not miss this advantage. Let's not miss this opportunity. All right. Let's not miss it. And there are some who just talking about jobs. Well, how many jobs can we get? How many jobs? I ain't looking for a job. I'm not looking for a job. I'm an entrepreneur. I hope to provide some jobs. You know. Anyway. All right, so you all know where I'm coming from. Y'all can see my passion. If I could go out there and start it tomorrow, I'll start it tomorrow. But I'm a plan. And I'm going to plan with those who are in my sphere who want to plan with me. If you're serious. Now, if you're not serious, you can just go head on where you're going, okay? Don't come sit down and talk to me about, because I'm serious. I don't know how much longer Allah gonna bless me to be in this world. And I want to leave something for my children and for my grandchildren and for whoever comes behind us, all right? Imam Mohammed left, what did he leave for us? What did he left for us? You know, and so it's nowhere in the world we should sit out on our hands and not do something with all that we have. Allah will what did Allah say? He said he passes the rule. Now, if you don't do anything with it, he'll pass it on to another people. And then we'll sit again and look up and talk about, well, what happened to us? Well, what did you do when you had that opportunity, brother and sister? Okay, this is our day, inshallah. I like that's one of Barack Obama's. This is our time. This is our day. And even though he's not physically in office, he can do more now than he could do when he was the president of the United States. He can do much more now. All right. So, with that, I want to end, because thank Allah, I'm blessed to be the guest speaker today. But it will be not just me speaking up here. We're going to have what we call audience participation. All right?
And I got something to share to add some hope, so I'm going to come right behind you.
Okay.
And add to that, and really to testify to having a little faith and a little courage, and to testify on how far they can carry, how they can elevate you, as Mayor Ela was saying, from being down here where we think we are to being up here in the eyes of the people that we think are running everything.
That's right.
Because I don't walk with the mayor of Chicago and with the Archbishop of Chicago because I'm a great orator, or I'm Malcolm X #2 or Farrakhan or somebody. It's because of what we've accomplished as a people, as a group, and what we represent to the city of Chicago and to the world, to the world. And a lot of that has to do with business. Being successful in business. We were one of the most successful marketers when Honorable Elijah Muhammad, before he passed, 10% of all African American people were in association with Elijah Muhammad. And we need to say this. We need to tell our community this. This is why we're losing our community. The leaders don't tell people how successful we were.
That's right. That's right.
10% of all black people identify with the nation. That's too much power for one man.
That's right.
If he was a white man, I think they would have shut him down.
That's right. That's right.
That's too much power.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so I'm gonna. Any more questions of what I've said so far? Because I'm gonna give way to our president. Yes, sir.
I have a question on this segment.
Yes, sir.
I was noticing as he was going through that it announced you as being an early supporter.
I didn't want to say that.
Yes. But I want to say this, and I think it's important to say. I didn't know who Barack Obama was until Imam Muhammad. He was the first African American leader that I know.
That's right.
That alerted us to this great man. He was the first African American leader of substance that even said anything about him. Even before he became a senator, he talked about Barack Obama to us.
Right.
So it's in keeping with that spirit that we see you up there.
Alhamdulillah. I agree with you. I thank Allah that He blessed me with a few resources to support the president when he was in office. And as soon as he created his foundation, I said I wanted to be the first one to donate to it, and I did. And that's why they sent that to me and saying that you were the first, one of the first Chicagoans that express support for this foundation. So take a look at what we're getting ready to do. And that's the blessing. That's the blessing. That's what we all should. It's not just me as an individual. My name is Abdul-Rasheed Akbar. When they say that, hear that name, who do you think they're listening to? Who's that sound like? So that's the blessing. Not me as an individual. Me is a part of a group that see the value of what he has to offer for this foundation and what that center. And as he said it's work for the world, not just Chicago and not just the United States. He said there's going to be programs in there that are going to be good for the work of help to change the whole world. And we want to be involved. We want to be supportive. Yes, sir.
When I seen that piece this weekend about the library,
yes,
I thought about us having something in his library, because we had Imam Muhammad. He contributed greatly to this man's presidency.
Alhamdulillah.
If you remember when they were having the youth conference in Atlanta, and he informed them, and Barack Obama was invited also, and he instructed the youth that they should have been more thoughtful about inviting him there, because of the reputation that we still had as the Nation of Islam as being rape against Caucasian people, and that was still in the minds of some people, and it could have hurt him in his presidency
aspirations.
So that's one aspect of how we were trying to protect this man in his presidential bid, and the other things that Imam Muhammad said about him. And if we could get that information and have that put into the library, possibly also our contribution in his
center.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know I can tell you this. They have already created the foundation's board and everything, but they've already said that center's going to cost $500 million. All right, your dollars, whatever it is, 2, 3, whatever it is, goes a long way. All right, being involved in any of those activities, because that is what's going to also make a great impact on what he's doing. But as he said, that center is a community center. It's not just, he said he doesn't want to be just a showpiece or something like that. And so our involvement, and when we involve, you let them know what community we come from. Where community we come from. And if we can,
Chicago.
Yeah.
I used to drive down Chicago streets and go into businesses and tell people who I am, who my grandfather was. They say, y'all used to own the whole south side of Chicago. Every business belonged to us. Everywhere you looked, you couldn't drive. I couldn't leave my house without seeing a Muslim. I was my witness, because the sisters used to wrap themselves so beautiful, and they were the only people dressed with kind of Afrocentric. After Imam Muhammad came to leader, I saw more Muslims than when everybody had on uniforms on same day. You couldn't go on the south side without seeing Muslims. So when it comes to contribution in there, the only way we not going to have a mention or a contribution in it is if we just go to sleep.
That's correct.
That's right. Yeah,
that's right.
Whatever you present them with, you got the truth. All I got to do is go look in some of your old Muslim journals, and if you didn't throw them away, or ask Sister Aisha for some archives and look at some of the headlines over the past 30 years. Right. And they'll see the contribution.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah.
Huge contribution.
Any other questions on this segment? Because I want to give way to our president, and then I'll be coming back. Okay, well, thank you all. This will conclude the live stream portion of the broadcast. But understand, those who are watching this on the internet, you'll be able to get the rest of the program. Just go to the Mosque's website, their homepage, and click on videos, and inshallah, this program will be up as soon as they can get it together. Okay? So with that, brothers and sisters, and those on the live stream, I greet you the greetings of peace. Assalamu alaikum.